Everybody to the Scarves and Spikes YouTube channel and on X. Sydney with you. Thanks for watching our Ghana versus Panama watch along. Ghana versus Pamela kicking off in about 15 minutes. But yeah, this is our watch along. Thanks for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on X, we do appreciate you stopping by. Ghana and Panama playing in Toronto Stadium, BMO Field, as it's known, as its sponsorship name is known, I should say. But they're about to kick off, like I said, in about 15 minutes. Big day in the World Cup today. England just beat Croatia 4-2. Harry Kane had a brace in that one. So England off and running in its quest for its first ever or its first World Cup since 1960. So that was the match just before this one. And then earlier today, two other matches, Austria beating Jordan. That was early Wednesday morning. So midnight Wednesday morning that kicked off Eastern time. Portugal drawing with DR Congo. Great story for DR Congo. Their first World Cup since 1974 when they were known as Zaire. They are back in the tournament. They scored their first ever World Cup goal. John Neves scoring from Portugal in the 6th minute. But Jan Wissa from the Premier League scoring for DR Congo in the 5th minute of first half stoppage time to make it 1-1. And that's how the match ended 1-1. As each team walks away with a point, and a tremendous point if you are watching it from the aspect of DR Congo. If you're watching it from the aspect of Portugal, very disappointing. So that is the other match that happened on Wednesday. So you have this one coming up right now, and then one more to round out the day. But we are with you for Portugal. I'm not Portugal, Ghana, and Panama as both teams begin their World Cup journeys in 2026. Let me know in the comments or in the chat where you're watching from, how you're watching. We'll be taking those throughout the day. Let us know also what your big moment of the tournament has been. I was watching on X the celebrations for Congo scoring that first ever goal in tournament play. Of course, they were in the tournament, like I said, 1974, but did not win a game, did not score in that tournament. But Jan Wissa goes down as the first ever scorer in a World Cup match for DR Congo. Celebratory scenes in that country. And then a few days ago, here in Atlanta, Cabo Verde and Italy playing to the 0-0 draw. What a result for Cabo Verde, I should say, in their first ever World Cup, drawing a Spain team that many picked to win the tournament. And that has a little bit of a crimp in it right now due to that result. So we'll see what Cabo Verde does from here on. We'll see what Spain does from here on. But Cabo Verde and Spain playing to 0-0 draw. Virginia just out of his mind, 8 saves in that one. Just a tremendous moment for the people of Cabo Verde to see their team finally in the World Cup and now having drawn Spain. So a tremendous moment for them. Tonight, Uzbekistan plays Colombia. Both teams beginning their World Cup journeys in Group K. And then tomorrow, the second matches of the group stage for each team. Czechia, South Africa begins the day at noon here in Atlanta. Switzerland and Bosnia at 3. Canada, Qatar, and then Mexico and South Korea rounds out the day tomorrow. So a lot going on, and the tournament is well upon us. Is here. We are almost a week into the tournament, and there's a lot going on. So we're here to give you Ghana and Panama. Ghana has some question marks. There is some controversy for Ghana. Thomas Partey, he was not allowed to enter Canada. He was not allowed to enter Canada due to rape charges against him. So he will not be with the team, at least for this tournament, or this match, I should say. So that's going to be the big question mark. How do Ghana deal with that? They, of course, have Semenyo, who is their star man, but how they deal with the absence of Thomas Partey from that squad, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if he ultimately does or is allowed back in the team. I don't see a way back in the team just based on what Canada has done in banning him from the roster, from the country. So we'll see what becomes of that. Panama in their second World Cup, they last went to the World Cup in 2018. Did not win a match, lost all three, scored 2 goals, gave up 11. So terrible tournament for them, unfortunately. They will hope for much better here in 2026. In a tough group, though. England, Croatia, those are your 1 and 2 picked to win the group or finish as runners up, I should say. And Ghana, Croatia, or Ghana, Panama, I should say, will be playing for that third spot, it looks like. Will it be enough to get them among those 8 third place teams to get into the knockout stage? But it begins tonight. And again, this is the final day of the first day of matches in group stage play. Tomorrow, when the second wave of matches begin, that's when you start looking at points. That's when those results become that much more important. But at the same time, you want to get started off on the right foot. You don't want to start yourself in a hole like Croatia did earlier. You need to get off on the right foot, and both Ghana and Panama will be looking to do just that in Toronto. Um, and again, that kicks off in just a matter of moments from Toronto Stadium. We're going to get you the lineups here, team news for both sides. I'm going to pull up right now. Mascara in goal for Panama, going left to right in the back line. Andrade, Gordoba, Ramos, and Blackman. Jose Luis Rodriguez, Martinez, Harvey, and Murillo in your midfield. Joel Witterman and Barcenas up front for Thomas Christensen's Panama side. Carlos Queiroz, his side, 4-4-1-1, it looks like. That's how it is here. I'm looking on the BBC website, so it might not be that. But you have IU starting up front, Mensah, Opoku, Antoine Semenyo, and Ziggy among the players in the team for Ghana this evening in Toronto. Again, wherever you're watching, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're up to, how you're watching the match, who you're rooting for. As watching right now, Ghana taking the pitch, we're both teams taking the pitch in Toronto, at Toronto Stadium, otherwise known as BMO Field. I'll have Tyler and Tommy and Henry joining me in just a little bit, probably a bit closer to kickoff here. But again, if you're watching, I see a couple of you are tuning in, probably more coming up as the match gets underway here in just a little bit. But again, if you have any thoughts, if you have a favorite moment from the World Cup that you have, let us know. Let us know in the chat, and we'll try to get to it. Again, just watching the players prepare for the starting lineups in the national anthems, I should say. I want to know what everybody thinks too of the pre-match ceremonies. There are some people who don't like it, some people who do. Some people say, "Oh, FIFA is trying to tamper with things again." I like it. I don't mind it. As they're playing the national anthem of Ghana right now. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Ghana, let's go through their World Cup history right now. Ghana, their first trip to the World Cup was in 2006. So 2006, their first time in the World Cup. They went back in 2010. They got to the quarterfinals and went out against Uruguay. They went out in penalties. So Ghana really, really played well beyond its means, I feel like, in that 2010, I should say, World Cup, taking a team like Uruguay to penalties. Tremendous job to them. 2014, knocked out of the group stage. 2022, on the previous World Cup, getting knocked out in the group stage as well, winning 1 match and losing 2. And now 2026, they are about to embark on their World Cup journey against Panama here tonight, as the Panamanian national anthem is playing at BMO Stadium or Toronto Stadium right now as we get ever closer to kickoff from BMO Stadium. I see Tyler's in sort of in standby mode. I'm going to wait for him to hop on here in just a little bit. Again, Tommy and Henry will be coming on as well to take us all through the match here in just a little bit. Again, if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know in the chat. We love to hear from you all throughout the night here. By the way, I should add again, well, not again because I haven't mentioned it yet, but scarvesandspikes.com is your home for Atlanta United news, analysis, and opinion. It's also your home for everything that's going on in Atlanta in the World Cup. Tyler has been out there, or he was out there the other day. He'll be out there again tomorrow, I believe, at Mercedes-Benz Stadium for tomorrow's match, and he'll be bringing you coverage of that match, sort of the sights and sounds of everything, as Czechia takes on South Africa. Bafana, they have a tremendous fan base. Everyone remembers 2010, the Vuvuzelas just blowing all throughout the match, every single match. I feel like that's a lasting memory of that particular World Cup, those Vuvuzelas blowing, and just the South African fan base is just tremendous. They love their team, they support their team tremendously, and I also expect tomorrow at Mercedes-Benz Stadium they'll be out in full force. So that match kicks off at noon from the Benz. Sunday, June 21st, you have Spain versus Saudi Arabia. Spain looking to recover, of course, from that draw. They played against Cabo Verde. June 24th, a week from today, Morocco takes on Haiti at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then Saturday, June 27th, DR Congo takes on Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan, of course, making their tournament debut. They play Colombia tonight. James Rodriguez in Colombia. That is a 7 p.m. kickoff. But now we're about to get ready for Panama and Haiti. That is the match that we are preparing for right now. Thanks for joining us this evening, this Wednesday evening. The World Cup has already provided so many great stories in just the 6 days that it has been running, or almost 7 days, I should say, that it has been running. It's been great to see sort of the teams that are making their debut, making their mark in the big way for their countries, for their respective countries. Some of the more established teams like Spain, like Portugal, etc. Some questions to answer going into that second match of their particular, or if their specific group stages. Can they recover? Well, not recover, but can they bounce back from draws that should have been wins? So they'll have a chance to do that. By no means are the teams that I mentioned, by no means is their tournament over, by no means is their World Cup over, but they're going to need 3 points if they're going to get to a point where they can qualify for the knockout stages. So not a 911, not an emergency, but they're going to have to get things kicked into high gear if they're going to make it to the group stage, or not the group stage, the knockout stage. Tyler, welcome. How are you?
Hello. How are y'all?
Doing good.
How are
Doing
you
good.
at the moment?
What are you first impressions of Haiti, Ghana versus Panama as we are about to kick off?
I think low key it's going to be one of those like exciting type matches. I think it's going to be back and forth because I think both teams have they have quality.
Yeah.
But they're surrounded by folks who they're not the same level, right? So I think you're going to have chaos. It kind of reminds me of the Scotland game. And you've had a handful of others where it's just been like not a full-on mismatch, but there's like positional mismatches that are just like, I think they're going to throw one side of the pitch into absolute like disarray, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, this is Africa versus CONCACAF. In Panama, I know we have had exposure to Panama, of course, being CONCACAF, just like the United States. Africa, is a tremendous confederation when it comes to world football. They've had tremendous players come out of there. Really, over the past number of years, it always has been that way. So it's easy to overlook African teams like Ghana's, like South Africa's. You can't do that.
Yep.
You cannot do that. And I feel like Panama are going to have their hands full with this Ghana team. Remembering Panama didn't win a match, or they won a match, but they haven't been to the World Cup in a while. They've only had one trip to the World Cup, so they have sort of the pressure of their country on them. Can they make a deep run? Maybe not a deep run, but a run where they will be able to make their country proud.
Here's the thing:
we're kicked off.
You have CONCACAF, and you know you're going to get chaos no matter what, right? Like on a good day in CONCACAF, it's going to be a crap
chaos.
Show. But you add, what's up, Tommy?
What's up?
You add a Ghana team that has something to prove and does have talent. I think this is going to be a fun one. I really do.
Yeah. Ghana has the ball right now. Looks like Panama is dropping back pretty deep, guys, defensively.
I was not throwing $1 on this game at all.
Yeah,
there was no chance.
You've thrown enough money, I feel like, in this tournament.
Today, Harry Kane, look, if you're watching this, and I know there's like 95% chance you are right now, I love you.
Yeah.
You're a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. You're a wizard. You're a wizard. Every bet I made of Harry Kane today hit.
That was an amazing game.
It's easy money.
Oh, I think everybody in this World Cup is having fun, unless you're ISO Speed, Spain, or Ronaldo. Like between those three, like those are the only three people not having fun.
Let's ISO Speed up to his boy Ronaldo, Drew in his match. Is that what's up? Or
oh yeah, 100%.
Like look at this! What a save! Ghana or Panama right off the bat, guys. But that's a great save by the Panamanian keeper.
I think legally I'm not allowed to watch this game, but I will. The people of Panama were not happy with me the one time I saw a Panama game live.
Oh yeah, they hated you.
Well, I didn't know the Panama national anthem, so I changed "O Canada" to "O Panama," and that's apparently not not the right way to do it. And I apologized to those three Panamas. Panamanians?
Yeah, Panamanian.
No, I was gonna say Panamaniacs.
I think they should forever be called the Panamaniacs.
Let
me tell you something, brother.
Panama. Yeah. Tommy, what's your let me ask you guys both, actually. What's been your key World Cup moment so far? Besides cashing out on Harry Kane.
Honestly, it's gotta be the match in Atlanta. I mean, that was, and Tyler, I was gonna actually ask you before that, like, just I saw the videos of all the fans coming in, and I'm thinking to myself, enjoy the moment while you can. You're going to lose this game 7-0. I think a lot of people were thinking that, but I was like, oh, look.
Yeah,
like,
we all were.
What was the vibe to start the day?
So it was actually really cool, right? Because, and I've tried so hard to bring everybody on that journey and encapsulate like the feelings and stuff as much as I possibly can with the videos on socials and like
you got 7 more matches there too.
I know. And this one was like, it was so funny because you looked at the matchup and to your point, Tommy, everybody was like, I mean, RIP Cabo Verde, like this is going to be, I'm glad they're here, but this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
So when I get there, right, take Marta in, and I come out basically on top of the red deck, right there, the Georgia International, whatever it's called, park. And it is Spanish red everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
as you might
everywhere.
imagine.
So I find some blue, kind of walked over, and they were kind of getting hyped up, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'm glad they're so ready for this. This is good. Ask them for an interview, right? And this is before the game. So it was a family, super cool story. If you haven't watched it, go check out the video. But like, they're from Massachusetts, but the dad, he was born on Cape Verde, on one of the islands, moved here when he was a teenager, and he was like going into detail about his favorite players and like.
Hold on.
Yeah,
about here. Good.
They
go on.
He was just going into detail about the players and like following the team for so long and like never thought he would see this moment, and it was just really, really neat. And his kids and like his family that were with him were like, we have like so much pride for this country, even though like we were born here in the US, like we see and hear so much from him. So the fact that we can be here is just like the coolest thing in the world. And I was like, well, I hope y'all score a goal. Like I wanted them to have that Curacao moment, right? Against Germany. Like just score a goal.
I'm just watching the Panama player going down the box trying to win a penalty. It's not going to work, buddy. Sorry, go ahead.
But no, I mean, I was like, I hope y'all score a goal. And they were like, we do too. But I was like, what's your prediction? And they were like, we might let them score one. We're going 2-1 to Cape Verde, like 1-1 maybe. And I was like, okay, like admittedly, I don't think the realistic expectations have set in, and I'm good with it. I'm so happy for y'all.
Yeah.
And they went on their way, and about 5 minutes later, the full-on march for Cape Verde started, and that was like the video I got. I was like right in the middle of it. Ooh.
I thought that went out.
Ooh.
Did that go out? I thought it did.
I got recycled back to the top.
Yeah, it did go out. They called it.
So then I'm chatting with more people. The march is going on, and they're just like hyped. And I put it in the article, but there was this one dude that was like dancing, and he was coming down like beside me, and the drums were going on. And dude had like tears in his eyes. He had his phone out, had tears in his eyes, and he's like, "Man, I knew he wasn't saying it to me. He was just like saying this out into the universe." He was like, "Man, I knew my country was going to show up, but I did not think we were going to show up like this." And he was just like talking to himself,
Yeah, that's amazing.
So it was super cool, and then you kind of see how many Cape Verde fans there were in the stadium, and they had like one corner, right? This was a totally Spain home match for sure. But they were freaking loud, man. Every time Vazinha saved one of those shots, I mean, they were celebrating like they had just won the whole tournament. They were off the chain, and it was so cool to see. So that was the vibe going in, right? But then the vibe coming out of it was like, dude, it was straight up after party. I mean, these people were absolutely like lit. They were having such a good time. Everywhere I went, like I left out of the stadium, went into the backyard is one of the main fan zones for the game days. And it was all blue. It was all blue. They just taking the whole thing over.
They all bought shirts at the team store.
Yeah. So they're like locked in. And then I worked my way down, and it's a 10-minute walk down to the actual Fan Fest, right? Like the actual Atlanta Fan Fest.
Where's that at? Is that at the park, at the Olympic Park?
Yes. In the Olympic Park. Yep.
Okay. I saw a crazy stat about how many fans have showed up. I just saw the tweet.
I'm curious to see how many actually have gone in. I know it holds like 15,000.
Yeah. It said through its first 5 days, 115,000 people have attended the Fan Fest.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. It's a lot.
When you go, it's every bit of it. I mean, I've known Centennial Olympic Park. I know how big it is and everything, but the way they have it set up, it works out perfectly, and it covers so much, and there's so many little sections to it. But they do such a good job with having the giant screen, and even when it's full, you can find somewhere to see that screen. Like,
it
was really well laid out. I got to give props to them for sure. So,
but I mean, when they've been able to have it. I mean, it's been interrupted by weather. It feels like every other day.
Yeah. And then
tomorrow, I'm sure it will be.
Tomorrow is probably gonna not go well.
Yep.
Well, let me ask you another question, because it seemed as throughout that game, the stadium got a little bit louder. So I was wondering, did some Spain fans like slowly start being like, I want to be here for that moment? Like the heels turn face or the face turned heels, whatever. Like, were they starting like, we're experiencing, because personally for me, I know watching it, and like, I was on my way to Pittsburgh for a concert and I had it on and I was like explaining to Tina, like, and I saw Mike Conti like put something up like this, like at halftime, it was comparable to like Georgia playing some like Georgia high school team.
Yeah.
Like from there. And I was like trying to explain to her like how this is, like how crazy it is that it's just tied. Like they're just having fun being tied at halftime and then seeing it progress. Was it change?
Yeah.
So I have to. I'm sorry. I have to correct the record. I know the tweet you're talking about, Tommy. He mentioned that like it's like Georgia versus Johnson C. Smith, which is actually a university in Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
So he just.
I explained it to Tina. I was like, it's Ohio State versus Normandy High School, or Holy Name High School, which we should talk about that later. That random Brooks Lennon thing that we saw.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's like your question. I'll explain what I saw first, and then I'll explain what I witnessed after. When I got in, obviously the Spain fans, they had the full-on Spanish home environment going on, right? Like you had the music coming from like across the way. You had some drums that were down below where I was sitting in the press box. There were people just mixed in that were like just jamming out, and the music was like different. It was cool. It was like it was a different vibe, right? But they were in the beginning, I will say, like after the player announcements and when the game started, once it settled in, it was the Cape Verde fans that were making the noise. And then as Spain kind of grew into the game and they had the chances that were happening, like they started to get really lively. But because all of their shots were being saved by Vizinha, Cape Verde got even louder. And then it was just like this back and forth. So it was Oh, it bounced off the post.
Oh, is that a corner?
No, I think they're going to give it as a throw in.
A deep throw. Okay. I see.
So I would say probably the 75th minute or so. Like it was after Lamine Yamal came on, which was and the place, erupted when he came on. That was cool.
Yeah.
You need anything to root for if you're a Spain fan at the point.
Yeah,
like
for real. Like you just need like something to happen, and
that's a foul.
To be fair,
I guess not.
He just fell over. Like he got back up. And I'm going back.
I thought that was going to get called. But.
So I would say about the 75th, 80th minute is when everybody, I think, in the stadium, a lot of the people, like obviously in the press box, but those of us in the press box, like we're sitting there, and where I'm at, like the row that we're on was basically the local media row. So there's no vested interest really either way.
Yeah.
Neutral.
And we're all just like, oh my God, like we're about to witness history, even if they don't score. Like if it just ends 0-0, like this is going to be a really cool moment.
Yeah.
But then there was like 2 moments at the end of the game where Cape Verde had like a good counter. And we were like, oh my God, dude, are they about to beat Spain? Is that about to happen in this freaking World Cup in this stadium?
Right.
And, but then you could look down in the stands and you could see people like Spanish fans that were just like, when Vizinha made like one of his last saves, that was like a crucial one. I was looking down, I could see Spain fans just being like, just like, we've done everything.
Let it happen.
Like, like let it go. So then I get outside, right? I get into the Home Depot backyard area and I'm chatting. That's where I got that interview of the guys, and the gals.
Yeah.
The Cape Verde fans that were like, they were talking about like they were crying, when they got into the stadium and they saw like this stadium and they saw their team and like they heard the national anthem and they started playing. They were like, dude, we're here. And then the longer the game progressed, they started getting more emotional and they were like, dude, I started crying. So that was that whole video. But as I was talking to these people, There was a handful of Spain fans that came up and they were kind of chatting with him as well. And they just walked up and they were like, "Hey man, we just got to congratulate you. We're so happy for you. Like, this is a cool moment. We're so excited to be able to like have seen this." And that was an interaction that happened right in front of me in the backyard.
That's awesome.
I was like, that's freaking awesome. Cool, man.
That's pretty cool.
What the whole thing's about.
That's what soccer does. That's what soccer does probably better than any other sport in the world. Like football, like American football, basketball, hockey. You don't really get that.
Yep.
Like
it was hilarious too.
That's incredible.
There was a decent little contingent of Mexico fans fully decked out in Mexico kits, and they were in the backyard as well. And when the Cape Verde fans, like after the game, started like dancing and singing and all this stuff, like the Mexican fans just jumped in there with them, and they like became honorary Cape Verde.
Right, exactly. That's funny. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And yeah, a lot of that is on YouTube as well, Instagram, so check that out. What do you guys, just real quick, oh, that's offside. What do you guys make of this match so far? I mean, it's pretty boring, isn't it?
Kind of expected it.
Yeah.
I think one of them will start going for the win later on in the match, and that's when it's going to open up.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a 1-1 draw. That was my prediction. I saw. So one of the fun things that I've been following on this has been World Cup gambling, and we've shared a few in the Discord, but we've talked about. But like some people are making some real crazy things. I think it was a guy made an $8 million bet going back to the Spain match for Spain to win, and I think it was to win like $80,000 or something like that. So like. Yeah, you're making a profit, but if you lose, the very, very small chance that you lose, like, it's $8 million.
Yeah.
Wow, that site that we're seeing right here.
Yeah.
It was like a WWE thing.
I know.
that was one of them. And I'll tell you, like, I think that site, like, I think that game like broke the sports books because it was 10 minutes left and it was still like to have no goals in the game. It was like plus 160, which is a crazy stat with 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
I threw a little bit on it because I was like, there's 10 minutes left. And like, this is history. Like this is like a historic thing here. And I'm feeling it. This is going to happen. And it ended up happening. But like, I don't think the books knew how to figure it out because like Spain was still a heavy favorite with 10 minutes to go. To win the game. It was a ridiculous amount. I was like, I'm taking the tie, guys. Like this is,
there you go.
I think it's going to happen. But then, there was a guy yesterday, I think that bet that like France wasn't going to win 3-1.
I saw that one.
Yeah, I saw that one.
It was like a $44,000 bet, and he would have won like $3,000 if they just didn't win 3-1.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then yesterday was the day of stars. Like, I mean, you had Mbappe 2 goals, you had Messi 2 goals, and Haaland 2 goals. And I saw someone bet $150 for them.
Messi had the hat trick.
Messi hat trick.
Hat trick. Sorry, but but the bet was all 3 of them to get 2 goals, and he bet like $150 to win. Like was it 15,000 or something like that? It was.
Wow.
It was crazy amount.
I would have taken that bet for sure.
I mean, that's a pretty easy bet right there.
Well, I mean, it is on paper, but then you watch Ronaldo today, and you're like.
But we've all been saying like Ronaldo should not have started.
Yeah.
Today, he should not be starting these games. He should be coming on late. Anyway, that's a different topic.
Sub.
But I mean, it's been some fun like watching some people make some bets.
Yeah.
I mean, today for me, I mean, like I've made a little bit of money on this thing so far, but the Harry Kane one, I just had this feeling like Kane was just going to have.
He's the one I got as the Golden Boot winner.
He cashed in.
And Rashford's goal was real nice too. England's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
dude. Like, just to think about this, like I had to go back before I hopped on to look at all the different days of like shit that's happened, and like it's like every day. Like we haven't even talked about the U.S. I mean, the U.S. game here.
Yeah.
I mean, like that was unexpected
and beautiful.
It was.
It wasn't even like it was ugly football. It was beautiful football.
And you weren't expecting that. Like, I don't think anybody was expecting that at all. But I mean, It looked good, but why is Pulisic always hurt around this time?
Yeah, I think he'll come off the bench against Australia.
I mean, I hope you got to protect him for sure. I saw he's like practicing still on his own.
Yep.
But I mean, you got to protect him here because
Yep.
I mean, a win like that, you get the goal differential there +3. Like that's a positive to help move you forward here. But I was going to ask you guys because a lot of the big games have been high scoring, but a lot of these lower teams, does it feel like just a lot of them are just playing not to get their ass kicked?
I think, in some cases, like the smaller teams are being
like the
more
one we're
conservative.
watching?
Well, I mean, this is a little bit different because, relatively speaking, I feel like Ghana and Panama are more evenly matched than, say, Spain or Cabo Verde. Well, not relatively speaking, like flat out.
Not anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like,
yeah,
but I feel like the smaller teams, I think we're about to come out of hydration break here in a couple minutes, by the way. I feel like the smaller teams are kind of, to your point, Tommy, being more conservative in a way, playing not to lose. But at the end of the day, sort of the other team's quality comes through, and that's what wins out in the end because he can only play on heart and determination. That only gets you so far. And the other day, it's talent that wins out. So I feel like that's sort of guiding the approach that the smaller team.
I think you've had a good mix though, like because there's definitely some like Argentina, Algeria last night, like we fully expected that to be
fun.
Fun.
Fun for Messi, not for Algeria.
Yeah.
But you know what? The atmosphere going into like that game, like watching like the fans outside the stadium behind the whole Fox crew there. I mean, like you would think that was like outside WrestleMania or like outside the Super Bowl. Like, I mean, that would like just watching that. Just that was like, okay, that stadium's going to be rocking.
Yeah.
And then just during the warm-ups, you heard them. And I was like, I fell asleep before the second half. I was exhausted. But like that first half, man, like, ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, that crowd was electric.
Yeah. And we'll be again in Seattle. Like it's always loud up there in Seattle.
100%.
It's Australia.
But then you look at like even like earlier this morning or last night, whatever, like Austria, Jordan. I stayed until about the 75th minute, right whenever they had the second goal.
So you're like, I'm done.
Yeah, but it's like Austria. They're not a big team, but Jordan is definitely not a big team.
A minnow, yeah.
But they had stayed in it for a significant amount of the match, and then you go back to the day that the game was in Atlanta. You had a 0-0 draw, Spain and Cabo Verde, a historic moment, and then Belgium and Egypt, like.
Yeah,
Belgium was behind for most of that match, and it was only because of an own goal that was technically caused by Lukaku that pulled them back into it. And then Saudi Arabia and Uruguay, a 1-1 draw, which I wouldn't expect. And I thought Uruguay would be better than that. But then you had like Iran and New Zealand. Like those are two underdogs that are just throwing each other into a scrap.
All draws. That entire day was draws.
Yep.
Yeah,
and I think it's the first time it's happened.
I saw another thing that said like if someone made like a $15 bet on this, they would have won like if you did draws or it was like $100 bet or something like that, you would have won like $50,000 or something like that.
That's crazy, dude.
But it was mostly the Spain game that was like the insane odds of even a draw. So like that was the big one to like get you through. But the other ones still like I mean they have a draw, they're like plus 200 something for all of them. So like still it just kept compounding. But I'm sure some crazy person did it.
I'm sure somebody pulled out some money. But then like to the point you were making earlier about like some of these teams playing for a draw now that we're in the hydration break. Like Australia and Turkey, I don't think anybody had Australia winning that one 2-0, right? Like Australia was definitely the underdog in that one. And yet they come out and they make things happen. And then you have two good teams in the Netherlands and Japan. And that game was one of my favorite games so far.
Yeah.
And the Netherlands is probably the favorite, but Japan discipline did everything it needed to do. I've had fun so far. Like we're 7 days in. This has been a fun tournament.
It has been. It has been.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, let's just go back to day one real quick. I mean, Mexico wins 2-0. There's 3 red cards in the
Yeah.
first game of the tournament. And then
Mhm.
you see the stat that the last 2 World Cups, there were 4, like, all together in the
Yeah.
last 2 World Cups, like, insane stat, which, by the way, that Mexico red card was not a red card. I think it was just
Mm.
like, "Hey, I'm gonna Oprah the red cards. You get one, you get one, you get one. We gotta make it look a little even here." But that was great. And then South Korea, that game where like playing the Czechs and like that one was that was like a crazy set piece goal that put them up, and then South Korea had to
Mhm.
come back and
Yep.
score 2 goals. Like that was a late game, but man, I was so happy to stay up for that. Like I needed sleep. Like last night was like the sleep night, and like but like it's been so much fun. Like there's just been nonstop fun. You've had a stinker every once in a while, but even the stinkers are still like they end up in a draw. It's a late
Yeah.
goal to tie it to get the point, right?
Yeah.
It's like a 1-0 game going into the 60th, 70th minute, and then the other team ties it, and then you're like, okay, that made it worth watching.
Mhm.
But still, I mean, it's been fun, and yesterday I thought was the best day just because you got the star power
Yeah. Yeah.
in there
Yeah.
with those 3 specifically. And yeah, I mean, once you get to knockouts, whew, we're only in round 1.
Exactly. Well, we're only in the first day of or the final day of the first round of matches in the group
Yeah.
stage. It's
Like that's the
incredible.
thing. We are just now hitting the point where we will have seen every team play.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's crazy, dude. I feel like we've
Yeah.
had so much happen in this tournament so far.
Dude, those people look so miserable in the rain there.
Yeah, they do. Those people do not look miserable.
No, they don't.
Oh, but that person's having a ball.
Yeah. Tyler, I mean, you kind of hit on it, but I guess you mentioned everything that's going on in Atlanta. I guess what's been your favorite story, I guess, outside of that? Tommy was talking about his being in Atlanta.
I've talked
Was
about
that
all of them.
yours?
Sorry,
Yeah.
take it over.
Was that yours, or was there
I mean, I would
another?
be lying if I didn't say that being at that game, being in the pre-match part of the game and the post-match,
Yeah.
like I would be lying if I said it was anything but that. Like that
Yeah.
that was like a transcendental moment, honestly, for me. I said it when I was kind of recording those videos and stuff, but like I was emotional, honestly.
Yeah.
It was just wild. I mean, I grew up
Yep.
here, right? And it was so crazy to emerge from a parking deck that I've been to hundreds of times and look around and just see this scene.
Yeah.
Just fans from across the world. And I talked to so many. And obviously, they're not all from Spain. They're not all from the islands in Cape Verde. They're from all over the world. And like, it was just, I had to sit there for a minute and just take it all in. So I would say, like, the entire day, that was a moment I will never, ever, ever forget.
No, for sure.
If I had to pick a backup, just as like ones that I've seen on TV, and the other moments, like being around people watching games, I'm going to say the U.S. match, and I'll specifically say the third and then the fourth goal. The third goal, when it happened, I opened my front door and I ran outside into the neighborhood screaming and had people following me. And like, I'm like running. I'm like, let's go. Cause I don't get to celebrate like that for Atlanta United matches cause I'm there. So, and they don't, anyway, that's a different story. But no, I mean, I was like, dude, I can't believe we're winning this game like this right now. And I let it out. I was like running around the freaking neighborhood, run around my front yard, grab the drink. And then to see Gio Reyna's Travella at the end of it, that was just like the icing on the cake. So that whole game is definitely a highlight for me. So
yeah, no, for sure. This game has not been the highlight.
no.
I mean,
what about you, Sydney?
Again, just like the smaller countries, like Congo, last time they were in the World Cup, they were named Zaire, and they were under dictatorial rule.
Yep.
They didn't score a goal. They didn't score a goal. They didn't win a match back in '74. But again, seeing them score earlier today, and just seeing just the celebrations in that country. Oh, is he on side? I didn't even get to him anyway. No, but just seeing the celebrations in that country was just incredible. I mean, in the United States, we take it for granted, like we're the most advanced country in the world when it comes to resources that we are granted. Not so much talent, but resources. They don't have that in Congo. They don't all have that in Ghana. They don't have that in Curacao. It's a baseball country. But yeah, just seeing the smaller countries is just incredible to see them experience the World Cup for the first time, or in Congo's example, the first time in a long time. So I feel like that's been the standout to me, certainly.
Yeah. And to that point, I've been so happy that there's been a story behind every small country so far. So like you scored a goal against Germany.
That's big.
Like that's insane, right? Like that moment.
You did allow 7. You did allow.
You
7.
did, but you had it. You had it like there for a few minutes. You were like literally sitting in high heaven. It was like a moment, and it's a moment that I think any Curacao fan would look at and be like, "Dude, I got to see that. I was there. Whatever."
Yeah.
Like, we scored a goal against Germany before the game got out of control. It's not like this was a consolation goal, right? Like
for 17 minutes, you were tied after that goal.
Exactly. So for 17 minutes, you were sitting on top of the world. And that's so cool. Like, and then the game got away. The game turned into what I think everybody expected it to be. Which is
I don't think I expected 7-1, man.
I think I was thinking 5, honestly.
Yeah.
But you have them.
Everyone thought about that Spain was going to score 7 goals.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. And then like Cape Verde, like I wish they could have seen a goal, but
yeah,
I would argue that what happened is even more historic to a degree. Like it'd be crazy if they won the game. But the fact that they held Spain to no goals and pulled a draw, stole 2 points off of Spain, like that's historic. And then you talk about like Congo, they scored a goal in a tough match. And, Ghana maybe a little perennially better than those 3 countries. But like now I'm like, hey, man, what are y'all going to do?
Yeah.
What are y'all going to do?
What's Panama going to do?
You
didn't win a match last time.
Yeah.
So
I need this game to be like 4-3.
You're lucky this game has 2 goals in it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's not I don't see a lot of goals in this one for sure.
So my MVP of the tournament so far, and I'm not joking around with this.
Yeah.
Zlatan. That dude.
You like him on Fox?
Zlatan's on one for sure.
Okay. I'm not a Zlatan fan, okay? When he was in MLS, whatever, he was good for the couple sound bites that he had. It's just like, okay, your whole cocky deal is your thing. Okay. But man, the reactions that he gets out of the rest of them while he just bashes Alexi.
Yeah, that's why
it's just really. Like it's just nonstop. It's nonstop moments with him.
Yeah,
and like I would just, he doesn't like him. Like it's not a joke. And like, did you see Zlatan on? He did the lie detector test. Did you see that clip?
Yeah.
Oh, Sydney, if you haven't seen it, it's great. He goes on to
look at this penalty. Oh, they might look at that. There's a lot of contact in that.
Yeah,
hold on.
There was a lot of everything in there.
Yeah, they're gonna show the replay. They might look at it when the ball goes out of play, because play never stopped.
But yeah, they on the lie detector test, they just asked him like if this person was better than him, and he just kept saying no, like I'm the best, and like he kept, and they were like he's it's true. But then they called him out on it. Then last night they called him out on it and started asking him. They're like, "So you were on this show, And you said this. Do you believe that? And it was great. I mean, and Jameis Winston as well. Sydney, I know
Yeah.
you're a football fan. I mean, like
Yeah.
Jameis Winston is such an idiot, but like he's fun. He's absolutely fun.
He's
Yeah.
becoming the Ocho Cinco of this World Cup.
Yeah, I forgot that Ocho Cinco was like he was so into soccer. Like he
was
was
like
really big on FIFA.
So hold on,
Yeah.
guys. Do you think this is a penalty here?
I
mean, there's a lot of
contact there. I mean, and
I don't know if they
contact.
don't-
I
I don't
mean,
know if they
like
don't
just
look at
taking
this.
him out.
Yeah, I think this gets called a penalty.
I
What do you
got
think,
it on like a
Tyler?
little screen here.
I want to see one more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wanna
like
see
one in
more.
like real slow motion there on the side, but
I think it's just too much of a coming together
Mm.
for that to be like definitively one way or
close.
the other. Yeah.
See if they look at it though.
it wasn't like that Kane one where like the England one, the first one, they got the penalty.
Yeah.
By the way, wasn't there an Atlanta United moment where like they had to retake the penalty because the keeper was off the line? I don't remember when that happened.
I don't think it was the keeper off the line. I think it was in this one, where you had when the penalty was taken, you had an opposing player that crossed into the box before the ball was touched.
It happened to Nashville SC in Leagues Cup a couple of years
It did
ago.
happen in Nashville. Yeah,
I remember
it's
that.
happened to Atlanta once, and I can't remember. I want to say it was maybe 2023. I think it was
I'll look back.
L.A. with Brad Guzan,
No
maybe.
penalty. That sounds right.
I do remember one from years ago, and it was Kubo that took the penalty, and they had to retake it, and I don't remember the reasoning, but I think he missed both of them because Kubo never scored a goal.
Yeah,
Kubo never scored a goal for us, but it might have been the offside thing that happened there. But that was I like the thought of that. I was like, oh man, like when he missed, because like I told you I bet on Kane scoring that goal, and he missed it, and then you heard it, and so the ref announced it. I like that the ref announces it. You know, that's great. I felt so bad for that ref, and it was game one in the Mexico game because like he struggled.
Yes, but
he
struggled.
No idea what to say.
No, it was just like, just put your hands up and just go.
Yeah.
Red.
It's a red card.
No explanation needed. Nothing. You're good.
So one thing.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think one thing that I've noticed about the World Cup so far.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Is the player down? It looks like
you have a lot of teams that are taking advantage, like really taking advantage of set pieces.
Yeah,
and especially the weaker teams, like they know, right? Like this is an opportunity to kind of even the playing field a bit. And you've had a ton of goals off of set pieces and just like general crosses. And it's been, I'm like, I would love to see the team that I cheer for focus a little bit more on this aspect of the game.
Well, that was with the Czechs. They had the goal against South Korea, and then it was tied, and then they had another amazing set piece, but it was called offside. I think they ended up not allowing it, but like they scored two bangers on set pieces, and it was like, wow, like this is great.
Croatia just forgot how to defend corners, I guess, earlier.
Yeah.
Like, how do you leave Harry Kane that wide open?
There was
Thank you.
I forget what game it was. It was recent. Hang on. Now it's going to bother me.
Yeah.
Maybe it was one of the Sweden goals. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, it was one of those where you go back and you look at it and you're like, it was a cross in and a header, but the whole thing together was an absolute golazo. Like it was an absolute thing. And I forget who it was. But it was like top right of the box. And the cross that went in, that was whipped in, was like, you could not have put it more perfectly. on this dude's head. And it's just like little moments like that. You see it and like, oh, here we go. You see it in like Champions League. Oh, he's off his line. He's off his line.
Still good. Needs a cross.
Panama turning it on now.
Yeah. It's a poor cross.
They've leveled up to their CONCACAF.
Yeah.
Master mode.
Yeah. They're going to pull out all the tricks if this stays level late.
They come out of the locker room after halftime, and the pitch is suddenly mud, and it's pouring down rain even harder than it is.
Speaking of, you were talking about Sweden. I was looking back at Zlatan's experience with Sweden in the World Cup. He didn't do too well, did he?
No. He
wasn't part of the 2018 team, was he? Or was he not there? He retired from international play in 2016.
Did he really?
So he went their previous two trips, it looks like, or at least one of their two trips, and he never got out of the group stage, or Sweden never got out of the group stage with him active as an international player, I should say. I'm sorry, no, he was on the 2002 squad, and they went to the round of 16. 06. He didn't score. Yeah. He was part of the 2006. How old is
Zlatan?
Right now, he's 44.
Really?
So he was 20.
Don't you dare talk shit about 44-year-olds.
No,
I'll be 44 in October. Don't do it.
I thought he was still like in the same realm as like Ronaldo and Messi to a degree. Like Ronaldo, I know is 41 now, and Messi's 30, about to be 39, I think.
Yeah.
But in soccer years, like that 3-4 year difference, that's significant. I just didn't realize he was quote unquote that old.
Mm-hmm.
To play in the 2002 World Cup, that's back then.
This keeper's been struggling, by the way.
Yeah. Did you see how ESPN is like showing highlights with with Taylor Twellman? It's
Scott Belt.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Like ESPN doesn't have the rights to show the highlights, which is insane to me. That like, and I understand. Like, I mean, I get it there, and like I understand that the ESPN doesn't really show MLS highlights anymore just because they don't have the rights to it. Like when they didn't have the NHL rights, they stopped showing the NHL. I mean, they still had it because it was a big, the top 4 sport or whatever in there, but like they just really weren't showing much. But like he was like drawing pictures of the guys. I was like, oh,
it's like during the NCAA tournament, like the other stations don't have the rights, so they do like stick figures and stuff like that because they are allowed to show highlights.
It's crazy, man. Like the whole sponsorship, like rights thing. Like I know it's a big deal, but I was not prepared for the lengths at which FIFA will go to cover up anything that is not one of their sponsors. I was shocked. Like,
you hear about Gillette Stadium?
Yeah, with
like
the stickers on each one.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like,
wait, what? Explain to me. I don't know this.
So at Gillette Stadium, because and this will tie into the thing I'm going to tell you about the bins. At Gillette Stadium, obviously Gillette is the sponsor, and so on each one of the seats, all 64,000 of them or whatever it is, on the seat, you sit down, you got your seat number in that row, right? That little decal. And it says Gillette Stadium on it, and then it says like number 17 or whatever. They had to go through it and put tape over each one of those that say Gillette, all 60 whatever thousand of them. So they're all covered up.
Yeah.
I get up to the press box in the bins the other day, and for those of y'all that follow our Atlanta United content, Jackson, when he's there, does his now infamous halftime ice cream update, which is brought to you by the Carvel ice cream machine that is in the bins.
It's not a FIFA sponsor, by the way.
Not a FIFA sponsor. So I already in my head was like, I got to carry on the tradition. Jackson's not here. I got to go get the ice cream halftime update. Go to the the machine, and there is black tape over every part of this machine that says Carvel. And then
the funny thing is, though, there's a Gold Peak iced tea machine. Gold Peak is owned by Coke, so they do Coke's a sponsor of FIFA for the World Cup, so they had to block that out.
And then even the coffee, the newer coffee machine,
it's probably something for Ghana.
It's not like super covered, but like there was one little label on it that somebody had to like put a sticker over the top of. So then I go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom.
Like no one's gonna see it in the press box and say.
I went to the bathroom in the press box, and I walked up and I was like, something's not right. And I started looking, and the soap dispensers, they had covered the name of the soap dispenser company.
Did they cover up the Sloan thing in the toilets? Like
no, because they're the what do they call, like the waterless ones, like the ones that don't have like a flusher thing on it. Yeah, they didn't do anything with them. But the paper towel dispenser covered.
Are you kidding me?
I'm dead serious, dude.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Insane.
I saw someone post the only thing that wasn't covered up at the Dolphin Stadium is they had the Dolphins logo on the side, like on the rows where it said like row 1, it had the Dolphins logo on there.
Because they got to cover up Hard Rock, right? Because Hard Rock is not a
well, don't they have that huge sign in the corner?
Yeah, I imagine they had to cover that too.
Have you seen the Hanes thing?
The underwear?
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Let me pull this crap up. This is hilarious.
Are you pulling up the thing with Harry Kane in his underwear? Is that the thing you're pulling up right
no.
now? Did you see that picture?
Not Hanes. I'm sorry. Levi Stadium, not Hanes.
Oh yeah.
Like, where are you going with Hanes on this one?
I don't know, man. It was underwear, pants, same thing.
But you saw the Harry Kane picture they took of him, like in his tighty whities. Like
I did not.
They posted some social media thing just took a picture of him in his underwear, like he's like to his back, and I was like, who would post this?
That's like, why would you take that picture?
Well, because then I was like, if he doesn't score a goal, they're gonna post that picture and be like ass after him.
It's coming. If he has a bad game, 100% it's getting posted.
Oh yeah, that picture's gonna be 100% ready for it. But Kane, man, I mean, England's won. They're really good at getting penalties. Like that's just their thing.
Yeah. Making them is another story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were talking about his crazy stats about like his missed penalties lately compared to like his entire career. Like I didn't know that stat, but that was wild.
Yeah. Because he had gone like I think years without ever missing one, and then suddenly it's I don't know. It's like he had the yips.
Yips, yeah.
At least he scored the second one.
Yeah, he's lucky that I mean, and to be fair, like per the rules, because I saw people complaining, and look, I have England. That's the team I have pegged to win it, not because I'm like a big England fan, but I think that this could be the year, possibly. Finally. But I mean, the rules are the rules, and the dude on the penalty was clearly in the box whenever the penalty was taken. So like, you have to retake that. It's not like some of the stuff that we've seen where we're like, bro, what are we doing?
Did that come out?
It looked like
they came out. Yeah. Offside.
It feels like every first half stoppage time is either 4 or 5 minutes, and every second half stoppage time is either 5 or 6 minutes. Every
There's been
game.
A lot of goals though that have happened exactly like in the last play of the half.
Yeah.
Like today there was one. Yeah.
Croatia scored the.
It's always the underdog that scores that last second goal too. It's like the better team is like just mentally checked out. They're like, oh, there's 30 seconds left. There's a set piece. There's no way they're gonna score, right?
Yep.
I'm never gonna get used to these 5-minute stoppage times of the hydration break.
Yeah.
Was it really true that like Alexi said this is now like the Americans like 4 quarters or something like that?
He put it on.
He's never going to come on our show, but what a dumbass.
Well, No, I'm just
Like you
kidding.
post if someone in England said that, they like the network would fire them. They would 100% just be like, dude, you're done. You're just the
guys hear
old
what's
man talking in the corner now. You gotta go. You gotta
Because his whole
retire.
point was like, oh well, things change with the game, and he named off all these historic things that have changed with the game, like the amount of subs that you have, and I'm like, but this is different though. Like
This is a
I don't think
commercial.
that's gonna
this is a commercial break, dude.
do
Like, and it was
anything.
cool when in the bins the other day when the first hydration break happened, the stadium booed. I mean, the whole stadium booed. They were pissed.
Well, and like, the first day, of course, exactly what was you figure was going to happen. They were late coming back from commercial.
Yeah.
And then was Telemundo like basically like called them out, like, we're not going to commercial right now.
And Telemundo's been dogging on them because that's all I've been watching it, and I haven't really watched the Fox broadcast at all. Mainly because I have the Spanish broadcast already, and I don't want to pay for the English one too. And every hydration break, they're just like, yeah, now we're going to analyze the game. We're going to actually do something useful.
Another try.
No.
No.
Terrible cross.
Halftime. There's the first
Every
half.
first half, I feel, ends with like a set piece.
Yeah.
Like everyone ends in a set piece.
Yeah. By the way, you guys like the scoreboard on here?
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's fancy.
Above us?
I would like for it to change from 0 to 0.
I want a number on it.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
I saw like a perfect thing where they had the score bug and it was over the dude's eyes and it was 0-0 and it just had that. Like, I'm so spoiled in like this year because it always happens. It's like you get the Winter Olympics. So I'm obviously a huge hockey fan. Get to enjoy hockey. Then a couple months off, enjoy the end of the hockey season, basketball season, and then you get the Stanley Cup playoffs, NBA playoffs, and then bam, you're in World Cup.
Yeah.
Like every 4 years, it's like the best sports year ever. Like if you're a fan of like all the sports, it's like you just go nonstop. Like you get a little bit of break between, when the World Cup ends, you get that short like month and a half off of like all the major sports, except baseball and WNBA. And then it's like, all right, now we're back. We got the NBA back. We got the NHL back. We got football back. It's great. Every 4 years, best sports year.
Yeah. It's been really cool seeing just people come to this country too, and just like, all the other crap is out of the way, and you just have people experiencing people and being genuine, and there is nothing else behind it. It's just people like meeting others for the first time, seeing other cultures for the first time without any of the lens that social media puts on it. And it's been really, really fun to see. Like,
it's been a shit show though, Tyler. Like going into this though.
Going into it
from like the moment like this was announced, like the moment they announced the cities were coming, it had really been a shit show from like that point until the day that game started. I mean, you had everything that happened. You had the cringy announce show, the cities that took an hour and a half to announce what cities it were.
Yeah,
you had Sydney going to DC to watch the World Cup Peace Award bullshit that they had, and then Wayne Gretzky couldn't pronounce any of the cities like at all.
Curacao.
Then you had Ticketgate, you had Hotelgate, you had Ticketgate 2, you had Ticketgate 3. Which, by the way, like there's been a couple games I've seen posted, like people are getting in for like $60 to $100 if they wait.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen some people like post like they post like and like I don't know exactly how it all works, but like they're posting like what zones or whatever, because I don't know if you actually get to pick your seat out like a normal event, but you get to pick your zone of what you want, and then they put you where you need to be at. But like I've seen like between like $60 and $100 a couple times be put up there from like people. But I read that FIFA apparently blocks you from reselling your tickets 1 hour before the match starts.
Yeah, I remember you saying that
last week. And like if that's true, that's ridiculous. Like that they make you do that, but they want
Yeah.
those desperate people not to sell their tickets for $25, and that you got
Yeah.
to go pay full price to get in if there are any available normal seats. But that's exactly, I mean, what you were saying. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like that's just like, to me, it had been so much crap for a year, at least a year, of just being like, all right, they're overselling this, they're overselling that. And like, it's still not good. I saw it's $175 for parking in Atlanta. I
Yeah.
saw that post there. Like, it is what it is. But the moment the game kicks off, you shut up, you block that stuff out, and you just enjoy the game.
Well, that's my thing. Like, from the time Mexico kicked the ball on opening day, and it may just be my algorithm because I've tried to avoid all the other bullcrap since the tournament started. And I've just kind of been like, you know what? I just want to enjoy this tournament. Like, the other crap is the other crap. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. But there was always that concern going into it. Like, is it going to carry over into the matches? And thankfully, it has not. It's been very much like, hey, man, these people are here and they're just enjoying each other. They're enjoying the game. They're enjoying the tournament. And, you know, they're having fun. And they're experiencing a culture and many cultures, depending on where you're at in the country and where you're at in North America. You go back to like the first day, right? Like the Korean and kind of like Mexican connection that was going on. It was so funny to watch, but it was so cool. So just like those little moments, that's the stuff that I've just kind of been locked onto, that I've like been really happy to see, because yeah, there's still the silly crap with the ticket prices and things like that. But like, the people who are here, they made a conscious decision to be here and they're having a good time. And that makes me happy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, even the one that in Saudi Arabia, like I mean, everybody was down on it, but like there were good matches. People talked about the matches. There was a
And
lot of bull.
Qatar.
Qatar, yeah, sorry. And like there was a lot of crap that went on throughout that. You had the unfortunate death of Grant Wall. Like, he passed
Yep.
away there. I mean, there was obviously some moments in there, but like when you got to really, you know, when the games start, I mean, people are able to enjoy the game. But I mean, you can separate that and say, you know, there's a lot of bullshit that happens in it, you know, throughout the tournament, and that's just FIFA in general. Like, every time they show what's his face at every game, I boo the TV. There's no one watching me with it. What's his name that's in charge of
Infantino?
everything? What's that?
Johnny Infantino?
Yeah. Said he's not here. Fuck him. Yeah, I hate him. Every time he's on the screen, I don't like looking at that guy. Like, just go away. I don't. I will say, he's getting his miles around. Like, there's like an early game where you see him. Yeah, you see him at an early game.
He was in both games.
I know. That was exactly the moment I was thinking about. It was like, I had to like Google like what city he, like the distance he traveled from. He's probably got his own jet from there.
Yeah, there's a FIFA private jet for sure.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, like I hate him. But like, yeah, I mean, there's always some crap that goes on during these World Cups. You know, like I said, the guitar one with Grant, that was like a crazy like 48 hours that happened there, because there were a lot of conspiracies that, like, the conspiracy theorists, like, that one was like through the roof with that one, like what really happened to him and
because
all
you
of
had like
that.
people getting sick when they were there and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, there were sick people, couldn't get antibiotics and different things like that. And you know, this one, it's just been, yeah, it's been a lot of political and a lot of just pricing. It's just pricing, and like that's the thing. It's like a lot of sporting events now, when you look, especially at like the NFL, um, it's a lot of corporate. It's a lot of corporate seats, so you
Yep.
don't really get that natural reaction. But I will say that has not been the case with the NFL, or I'm sorry, with the World Cup at all. The fans have taken over. The fans are enjoying it. It's not quiet in any of these stadiums. People are having a hell of a time, and they're going to get to be able to experience it with the Women's World Cup here soon too.
Yeah.
When's that? When's that here?
2029. That sounds right. Yeah, 2029.
I'm looking it up. 2031.
Oh, here.
Yeah, here,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've got my dates all jacked up.
Yeah, the one that's here. Yeah, 2031.
Yeah. I was off by 2 years. Like, what am I thinking? Was the most recent Women's World Cup?
I had to think what year it was. I forgot. Like I heard 2031. I was like, that sounds really far.
That doesn't sound right. That's crazy.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just on. It says, and U.S. is officially set to go host the historic 2031 tournament. It'll be the first ever to have a SM 48 team format. Yeah.
Wow.
So you're gonna be able to experience it again.
Yeah.
Here in 5 years, but I mean, it's been fun. The stadiums have been packed. I mean, I know there was a lot of talks about empty stadiums. You haven't seen that. People are buying up the tickets. People are waiting it out, which I think was always the thing to do here. And some games you're just never going to. Like I'm sure you probably weren't getting into the Argentina game.
No.
Last night. Like that one was like one that you weren't. But maybe a game like this that we're watching now, yeah, maybe you're able to get yourself a good deal.
Yep. Yeah, I mean the Austria match from last night, like that was another one you probably could have got into. But the thing is, like the moment you have an Argentina or a Spain or a Germany or England, like those prices are going to be jacked up no matter what.
Yeah. Well, you've got your favorites and your stars. Like it's a lot of it really just comes down to your stars. People want to see, and like that's exactly what we saw with Messi here early on here, and like people want to see Messi. They want to see that they saw this guy play a game, and people have been able to see that.
Yep.
But like I mean, just going to that pre-match, the match right before it started with Brazil and Egypt, like the atmosphere at that stadium was just absolutely wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just fans were just excited. I mean, I had never been to a game where the security was so bad to any sporting event in my life. Like everybody was like crowded, like nobody was in their original seats. Like we came down, we had like third or fourth row behind the goal, and like I'm like, we got to kick people out of these seats. There's no way. And then you just kept seeing like 3 seats, but 4 people in the 3 seats standing, like trying to squish in. And like security finally was like, yeah, you got to go. You got to go. It's been a while.
What's that?
I was putting the comment up here.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good to see you boys. It's I'll say this in the nicest way possible. Like we're watching all these fun games, watching all these great games, and then we got to go back to Atlanta United here, and hopefully they have some signings coming up.
Yeah.
Something.
And hopefully they can turn a corner and be inspired by the type of football we're seeing in the World Cup.
Tyler, are we going to hear from this new president anytime soon?
Yes.
Like
Very
tomorrow?
soon.
Like
Not tomorrow.
Tonight?
Nope, not that soon. But
Friday?
soon. Nope.
Sunday on Father's
You will have news happening within a few days from now for sure.
Yeah, it'd be nice to come back while we're at half to talk about Atlanta United. I mean, it'd be nice to hear what's coming. What are you doing now that you're here? What are your thoughts? I mean, you've only had a short time to really assess things because I had to go back and say what I thought about Garth Lagerwey coming in, right? And I still think it's the same thing that you can't just come in and fire everybody on day one. You can't just be like, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone, because you still need to have day-to-day workings of a club. You still need to be able to figure all that stuff out. But the fans are upset. They're restless. They're pissed off at the quality of the team that we've watched now for most of like the last 4 years here with short spurts here and there. How are you going to fix it? And then to move it over back to the guy that does still have a job and that is still working currently, Chris Henderson. Are you using your buyouts or are you not using your buyouts? If we use the buyouts, I am going to tweet Doug. I am going to tweet him.
Okay.
They use the buyouts because he's been.
They did it.
I mean, he's so against it here, but like, you have the money, you have the resources to do it. You don't want to do it, but you need to build your team up here sooner than later, and it kind of gives you a jump ahead here, even if it's just Alzate. Like, even if you just did that, you don't want to buy out the DPs, fine. You don't want to buy out the DPs. They're what, Alexi and Miguel are technically gone after next season. So you can get rid of both those guys at the end of next year. You want to ride that out, at least move on from Alzate.
Yeah.
Because the other guy, like the other TAM players there, they're gone at the end. Most of the TAM players are gone at the end of the year anyways. So like they're just naturally falling off at the end of the year, which is fine. If you want to buy them out for whatever it is and just you still need players to finish the season. You can't just call up all the dues. Like, that's fine. Like, do that, but you still, I mean, yeah. I mean, here's the Latte Loft comment. I seen Latte in the most recent Atlanta United shirt talking about break. So no Latte buyout. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, to show, I think a buyout is almost just a small sign of just saying, hey, we're getting out of this contract early. We understand it. We need the available space. We might not spend the money today. Yep. We might not. Like, because I think when you sold Giakoumakis and you sold Almada, like, you still had, like, I think they felt pressure that they needed to buy Alexi. I think they needed to have to say that they had a DP on the roster.
Yep.
There's no rush, guys. There's no rush. Like, if everyone's out there, if you're listening, Chris, I know you are. You and Harry Kane are probably at Dallas Cowboy Stadium watching the game, watching us together on the big screen up there.
Yeah.
Like, there's no rush. Yeah, there's no rush to bring someone on, but we want you to do it right. You don't need to speed run this, but you need to be able to make these. You only get 2 buyouts a year. So if it's just one that you say that we need today, cool, use it today.
Did I miss anything during my break?
Tyler swore a lot. I yelled at him and said Sydney wouldn't approve of your swearing.
Yeah, we discussed the finer points of designated players and buyouts, and to your point, I think you do hear something. I think we'll definitely have a chance to chat with Calabro soon. And yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't know what answers he's going to give just arriving. Like, I don't know if he's going to come in and say, like, yeah, we're going to have this team fixed by the end of the season, or if he's going to come in and say, I got to take a look. I got to figure out what's up, what's going on, what's not worked over the past few seasons. Like, I don't know what his vibe is going to be, but I really hope for the fans' sake that he does come in and give you some sign of goodwill, just in the sense of, like, changes have to happen, period. Changes have to happen. Like, I don't know who would disagree.
What do you want him to say, Tyler? Just give me one. Let's all go through it. One thing you would like him to say in his introductory.
I would like for him to come out and say, I've seen specifically the style of recruiting, analytics, et cetera, that's not
that's
working.
Close.
We can't see it.
You can't see it? Okay, sorry.
We're looking at ourselves at the moment.
You're looking at yourself.
But I
didn't know the app started.
Yeah, sorry.
That's not working.
It's just
and here is my plan to go ahead and start working towards fixing it. Like, don't just come in and say, yeah, it's been a rough couple of years, and we'll work on it. And the fans, I think, deserve something of a concrete answer. I'm not saying that like you go and say, all right, on Friday we're firing this person or we're getting rid of this player, whatever. Yeah. I'm not asking for that. But I'm asking for just like somewhat of a roadmap that fans can say, all right, cool. And I don't mean like a roadmap that says 2 to 3 windows. I don't mean that. I mean, these are specific things that have not worked and we're going to fix them because I have experience fixing them in my prior positions.
So you want to repeat what Garth Lagerwey said in his introductory?
No, because that's not what Garth Lagerwey said.
I don't remember what he said, but I remember him saying that, you know, maybe it was his introduction, but he talked about analytics, but I don't really know if he talked too much about scouting. Sorry, Sydney, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, let's see what you guys are saying. Because they had to double check to make sure that Ghana didn't change his keeper at halftime. Because he was struggling a little bit, wasn't he?
I mean, he got checked on like at least 3 times.
Yeah. Who, I guess what do you guys think of these Ghana? He did come off.
Oh, he's on the sideline there.
Yeah, he came off.
Well, hold on, Sydney. We're on a topic here. What would you like to hear in the introductory press conference about what he sees with Atlanta United?
I would like to hear him say we want to refocus our scouting, we want to refocus our player acquisition, and wow.
Sorry, that was skied it. That was like a media match shot.
No, but he'll take a look at every aspect of the club, scouting, player acquisition, player development, etc., and make decisions based on that. That's what I want to hear, mainly about scouting, because this team, of course, hasn't really scouted very well over past several years. So I don't think he's going to fire everybody day one, but I would like to hear something about that and the profile of player that they're looking to bring to Atlanta United. So I would like to hear something along those lines.
Yeah, I think the same there. I mean, I know there's the fans just want something to understand. And, you know, I mean, Garth had, you know, I stuck up for Garth a lot early on, and I thought he said a lot of the right things. But he did things a little bit of a slower pace than I think what a lot of people hoped. I think he got the analytics group built up semi quick here. But everything else kind of really slowed down. I mean, the scouting, I don't really know if there had been any major changes to the scouting department, but obviously it hadn't worked because we still ran into the same problems, besides the occasional player here that came in. And but I mean, mostly overall, it was still, I mean, you got the same guy running everything here for a long time. And, you know, you don't want to root for a guy that to lose his job. But at this point, it's like you've given all the chances that you can get here. And, you know, that the investments, is there going to be a shot here?
Maybe. See?
Yeah. I mean,
for Panama.
It's just not working, man. It hasn't worked for a while, and you're a top spending team in this league, and people are laughing at you with how much you spend on some of these guys. There's really no defending it. I know you had to overpay for Miguel Almiron, I think, to come here, but like that wasn't where that wasn't the guy to spend the money on here.
You didn't need him.
You didn't need him, and you know, nothing that he showed at the end of his Premier League career showed you that he was a top 3, I think at the time, top 3 paid player in MLS.
Yeah,
but the name did. The name of Miguel Almiron in Atlanta. I mean, but like that's the same thing right now as if you paid Joseph Martinez that much money to come here right now. Like you made him a DP to come into Atlanta. Like people would be freaking out about it.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying all this now because Tyler's not here, and you know we know how he felt about Miguel Almiron coming in here.
Yep.
He'll show up right now and yell at me. I know it.
My theory is, I've mentioned this before, Atlanta United has had to overpay for players. who otherwise want to come here. That's sort of my theory.
Well,
I don't know who specifically. I'm not going to say your name specifically, but I feel like that's sort of my feeling about.
why do you think that is, though? Because I'll give you an example here. People say that all the time about the Cleveland Browns here in Cleveland. Well, it's because they suck. They're terrible.
Right.
They have terrible history. They have terrible weather. I mean, they've just got a bad history of just being, terrible for such a long time. But why do you think Atlanta needs to overpay for players?
I think agents see that they have the money and they have the resources that other clubs don't, and they feel that they could not bilk Atlanta United, but they feel that they could get more favorable terms for their clients with Atlanta United than they would with other MLS teams. So,
But do you think that's changed though now that you've got your Inter Miamis and your LA, like the more recent teams that have come in that don't mind spending money?
I mean, but I mean, if you
Because I
look
think
at
you're right early on. I don't know if that's still the case now in 2026.
How dare you talk crap about Miggy?
I knew you were listening, you jerk. I knew you were listening. I wanted to check to see if you were around.
But going to
the guy in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Oh, go kick. But going back to Tommy's question, LAFC have never had a bad season. Inter Miami, since Messi got here. Hey, let me back up. LA, I mean, you don't have to convince people to go to LA. You don't have to twist anybody's arm. Yeah. Miami, you don't really have to twist anybody's arm, and you can play against the best player in the world. So you have that. New York, same thing. Is the big city. It's the city a lot of people think about when they think about the U.S. is New York. So I feel clubs like that who spend a lot of money don't really need to, in some respects, because of where they are in the country. Atlanta, I mean, it's a great city. It's a world-renowned city to some extent, but not nearly to the extent as in New York or LA or Miami. So Atlanta United as a whole kind of has to compensate for that in some ways. And, I feel like where they are right now, it's tougher for them to acquire players that would otherwise go to. Because what if we said, guys, like, why can't Atlanta United push for X player? Why can't Atlanta United push for Lewandowski, Son, etc.? Fill in the blank. Why do they want to come here? Well, other than Atlanta United has a lot of money,
Let me ask you a question, because I don't know the answer here. Vancouver, do they play on turf?
I believe so, because it's not an NFL stadium.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Do you know where I'm going with this? Because that's one of the questions. Because obviously Vancouver's been, making some moves here, and Vancouver's a beautiful city. Beautiful city.
It's actually hybrid. Carry on.
Okay.
Is it hybrid? Okay. But I mean that's one of the things, and I know I got in a fight with someone on Twitter like 5 years ago when they were complaining about people coming, why do people want to come to Atlanta? And I was like, well, I mean, because everyone, the main stars and the rumors are all about LA, Miami. Like, I've seen the Fast and Furious movies. You see those scenes on the beaches, and whenever they go to LA or Miami, like it's obviously it's beautiful weather here, and like you got the beaches everywhere. It's a good retirement place. Like that's where they're going. And, obviously Messi, he had an extraordinary like deal. And like he would have if Messi would have came to Atlanta, he probably still would have gotten part of the Adidas deal and Apple TV deal and all that. But like, that's where he wanted to go. He wanted to go there. So, but like, I don't know. It's frustrating there, but you got to create a winning culture again with this team. And right now it's such a bad culture here. I hate talking about culture, but like, it's just the truth right now. You haven't seen a team that looks like a legit team besides the playoffs a couple of years ago. And that was for a short 5-game span.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
You're good. No, a little bit surprised to see Ghana go to this bench. Not super early, Tyler, but before the 60th minute.
Yeah. I think both of these teams are just trying to change something up because they're both just back and forth hitting a brick wall at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, the football being played is not the beautiful game.
Not fun. Just let's play not to lose. And I feel like these teams are wanting to avoid a situation where you're kind of paddling downstream or upstream, I should say, because if you lose, you have two quality opponents out of UEFA and Croatia and England that you have to play. So if you get out with a draw, it's not ideal, but at least you didn't lose. At least you didn't go to Croatia and England with 0 points.
Yeah.
If you win,
oh,
that's close. He should have scored.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is, like with the way that it ended, they all thought it went in.
Yeah.
With the way that it ended with England and Croatia, you have England obviously top of the group, Croatia with nothing. So if one of these teams gets a win, though I don't think either one of these teams have a chance against Croatia or England, we have already seen instances where things maybe did not go to plan. It does put Croatia under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah. I think too, if you're Ghana and Panama, kind of your best shot at advancing is getting one of those top 8 third place teams, right? Yeah. And goal differential comes into play. So sort of like to your point, you don't want that to have to be a factor.
Yep.
If you go in, if that ultimately happens, if you need that third place spot.
Well, that's why that goal by Rashford definitely hurt. -2. Oh.
Yep.
I had my headphones still in, and I was mid pee, and I just hear you guys going, "Oh!" I'm like, it's always the soccer gods. Whenever you're in the bathroom, there's going to be a goal, and then you guys said it didn't go in. I was happy.
It was funny because the fans, there was a select few that were like, they absolutely thought it was a goal. It was one of those that hit the side netting and just kind of like the way it shook.
That ripples, yeah.
Like went in.
I want to see what the odds are to see if they think there's going to be a goal in this game or not.
Yeah. Realizing that we can't bet in Georgia. Ghana might have a chance here. Oh,
outside of the net too.
No goal scorer is the best odds right now at +100, even money. They don't believe anything's coming.
I don't know. I will say it's starting to open up a little bit though. Kind of like what I was saying. I think once you start getting closer to the end of the match, this is where both teams are going to start trying to go for it, for the reasons we mentioned before, like that goal differential thing. But if you end up on 3 points, that might change things a little bit. Ooh, how does nobody get to that ball?
Someone has to get ahead to that. Someone has to get up for that.
Have you watched Atlanta United?
Yeah,
that's crazy. All right, Panama makes subs.
Making their subs. Godoy didn't start, by the way, so I imagine he comes in rather short order.
There's another game on after this, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Columbia. Yeah, Columbia's playing.
The one Henry has been waiting ages for.
Yeah, where's Henry tonight?
Good question.
I think he's busy.
It's pre-gaming.
Yeah, he's getting ready.
He's chugging milk right now. 2%.
Yeah.
Maybe got crazy. Maybe he's drinking some whole milk. Getting pumped.
I do think we see maybe Godoy in the 75th minute for Panama or something like that.
I think they need to make that soon.
Yep.
So Atlanta United's back July 17th, a month from today.
Wow.
Crazy.
You can't hurt me. You can't hurt me for one more month. I am claimed safe for one more month before I swear at the TV and yell at it. I'm just enjoying a fantastic tournament, hanging out with friends. It's been great. I've had people call me randomly and be like, "Hey, you want to watch a game?"
Yeah.
Like people that I normally don't watch it. Like I had a buddy. He was way into it. Like we were at a bar for Tina's birthday. And he was real into it.
Yeah.
But he also gambled on it. So I probably should have started with that. But he bet 1776. He was so proud of it. He's like, look at the amount I bet. Look at the amount I bet. Okay.
Good cross. Oh.
To everybody.
A little too fast. Now Panama can counter if they want.
No, they had nobody there. That's crazy. There was nobody.
Wow. Everyone's up front. Numbers behind the ball. Yeah, but someone had to get a foot to that cross for Ghana. I feel like that final ball for either team hasn't quite been there. It's a good good pass. Good ball.
Oh my God. That would have been an own goal too.
Wow.
Dang.
Best chance of the night.
I feel you, dude. I feel you, dude. I thought that was going into.
Yep.
That was inches wide. I think it was that Semenyo.
I mean, that's a perfect pass.
Man.
Has to score.
You know, Zlatan's just going. Zlatan would have scored that.
Yeah. Yeah, that had to go in for Jordan Ayew.
Did you hear that quote from Zlatan? He was like, when he was talking about him and Holland, he's like, I heard a quote from Holland that said, I'd like to, if I touched the ball twice, I wanted to score 2 goals. Zlatan would like to score, he would like to touch the ball twice and score 3 goals. Oh,
yeah.
Like, those are just the quotes where, like, now it's like, you're retired, dude. Just be entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many entertainers in every sport that, like, aren't interesting. They're just boring. And it's like him, he likes pushing the envelope here. And
almost hurt.
This is the sounds I make like at 1 a.m. when the midnight games are on.
Yep.
Especially me, like during the Stanley Cup playoffs, just screaming at the TV nonstop.
So the sounds like we make in the press box because we can't like make noise.
Well, yeah, when I was at that playoff game with you guys, I was like trying to hold back, and that was the game Sydney wasn't there, and I was just like quietly, like, I'm like, can I quietly fist bump you guys? Yeah. I think I was between Henry and Jackson.
Ooh, and it's funny because like when it comes to international games, they don't follow that rule at all. They do not care.
Jay, what's up? Thanks for coming by.
Well, I'll tell you, neither do Columbus Crew people, because when I was at that stupid Star Wars night, when they put up like the 6th goal, like they're all freaking out like they won MLS Cup. Yeah. And I looked at Doug and I was like, are they breaking the rules? This is my first time in here. Or are they breaking the rules? I'm not breaking the rules. It was 6 goals.
Doug probably pulled out like incense and started like waving it around the entire press box.
No. Doug had his own yellow card. He put it up in front of everybody there while he's eating his pretzel. He loved it. I remember telling me, he's like, these Columbus, they bring out these really good pretzels. They were good. I love a good pretzel.
You know what's random as far as like press box food? Orlando. They always get this like random barbecue restaurant to cater. Mm-hmm. And it's like it's been the same thing every time. I'm not knocking it. Like, it's pretty good barbecue. It's barbecue, but like it's just such like not an Orlando thing. Like we have family in Orlando. There's a very big Hispanic population in Orlando. You would think it would be, if anything, maybe something a little Spanish oriented. Nope, it's just like pulled pork
or Brazilian,
or yeah,
or bath salts, guys. Like they could just have some bath salts out there. Here, come over to here. There's some bath salts.
Way more entertaining. Zombies running around all through the stadium.
That's where they originated from. Was Orlando. I'm 99% sure. Like if you look up the first bath salt zombie, it was in Orlando. I remember actually going to Orlando like when that was going on family vacation, and I was like, my father-in-law kept telling me, he's like, watch out for the bath salt people, Tommy. And then I'd walk by and you just see like people talking to themselves. Like, I don't know, is that a bath salt guy?
What's he been into?
What are you partying with, sir?
Weed, coke, meth. We're good. The moment it's bath salts, nope.
Once you're bath salt, no. Man, the first game, the Mexico game, I remember like walking away to like a meeting real quick. I had to like hop on a Teams call, and I came back and there was a commercial, and I blinked out because I forgot like the hydration break was going to be a thing, and I was like, was that call really 30 minutes? Like, did I completely blank out for that entire half, and now it's halftime? Like, was that meeting that long? And then I forgot that just the commercial break went long. Where's Zlatan? Why am I hearing from Zlatan right now?
It took me like a solid 3 or 4 days of this tournament, and we're only in day 7 to get used to the fact that there are hydration breaks.
Yeah.
Every time I had to go to the bathroom was right before a hydration break, and I come back and I'm like, how did I time this like right before every single time? Orlando doesn't serve fried gator in the press box.
No.
That would be freaking amazing.
Right.
That would be amazing. If Louisiana had a team, they would have to have that.
No, they would have like gumbo.
Dude, they'd have to have gumbo, etouffee,
po'
boys, yeah. Definitely some fried gator, crawfish of some sort. It would be like the worst meal experience in terms of like trying to cover a game, because you'd be like super messy, but it would be good.
Don't forget beignets too
for dessert.
Those beignets.
Mm-hmm. Some Mickey Mouse cookies
straight from
to wash it down.
That's the thing, though. Orlando, they have the what is it? The perfect opportunity to use the Dole Whip.
But Panama has grown into this match immensely.
What did Jim Ross always say in wrestling? I believe. What did he say? It's picked up. Was quote? I'll think of it. The intensity is picked up. I think that's what you used to always say.
Yeah.
So guess what the XG for either team is?
Ooh.
Panama is 0.3. Panama's 0.38. Ghana's 0.19.
I was gonna guess both under like 0.4. So that tracks.
No, you're right. Panama has had 64% of the ball. That's a free kick and a yellow card.
You guys want to talk about
Panama has had 64%.
Comment here about the NWSL. I haven't seen this, so someone explain it to me.
I forget where it is, but they show on the NWSL Atlanta Instagram. They have. I'm actually pulling it up right now, so I don't.
So what? There's
I don't mislead.
The NWSL went around. The NWSL Atlanta team went around putting out like marketing promo cards and papers and stickers and all.
Yeah, I'll show it on my phone.
There you go.
Rising in 2020.
Yeah. So
a little tease there.
One of the more common, not assumed names, because nobody really knows what it is yet. But one of the more common names that's popped up because of the extensive history.
Ooh.
Getting closer. Well placed. It's like centimeters moving over.
Yeah, we're
going in.
Yep.
But one of the more common names would be the Atlanta Phoenix. And I have no knowledge of what this name might be, but if you go back and you look at Atlanta's history, one, burned down, rose from the ashes. The city's crest goes back to the Resurgence kit that Atlanta United had, has the Phoenix on it. There's a lot that makes sense for it to be something like the Atlanta Phoenix. I think that what was that, dude? What was that?
Sure. That's terrible.
That was awful.
Panama's just kind of grasping at the straws a little bit here.
Your birds are so active in the background, Tyler.
What's that?
Is that birds in the background?
Yeah, you'll hear them. Did you hear the cicadas too when they start freaking screaming?
Well, I didn't hear the cicadas, but I heard the birds, and it's like, I don't know. In Ohio here, around 8:30, they're usually pretty quiet. It sounds like it's mating time.
Oh yeah, no, they're like a lot. They're partying right now.
The phoenixes are rising.
Yeah.
Jay brings up a good point though about Atlanta rising versus Phoenix rising. Of course, that's the USL Championship team. So will they run into? If it is, will they run into an issue there?
Phoenix Rising works because the city's name is Phoenix, and they just call the team Rising. So like the whole name plays out into like a whole Phoenix thing.
Rolls off the tongue nice.
Yeah,
people know the difference.
But that's why I think you would have a better chance of it being the Atlanta Phoenix than you would Atlanta Rising.
Yeah.
But we have a couple more months until we see the colors and other things associated with the NWSL team. So
2 years?
Arthur Blink. Yes. Yep. Arthur Blink, though, did say at the groundbreaking for the training ground, don't get too caught up. Let's see what Panama does here. Let's see. Panama just looks like they have no idea what to do.
I'm just waiting for somebody to let one rip from the top of the box, and they won't do it.
Yeah, try a shot from distance, see what happens. It's the backup keeper. Test him. Good shot.
Okay.
I mean, that was a good idea. But they'll go back to NWSL. Arthur Blink did say, don't get too caught up on the color scheme. That being said, when you think about Phoenix, you think about fire. So I feel like the color scheme kind of lends itself to the fire kind of theme.
Well, your stadium's black and red.
It might with some modifications.
Yeah, I mean, your stadium's black and red. I mean, the Falcons are that Atlanta United. Like, I understand they said don't, look too much into the colors, and we could do whatever we want. But like, it obviously matches with the stadium and what you see when you look at it. Especially, I don't know how crowded those games are going to be, but when you show the end zone there, I mean, it's got the Falcons wing kind of decorated into that section there. So I got to imagine they probably keep the color scheme there, which is fine. Like all Atlanta teams are basically red.
Yep.
There. And the Atlanta and that stadium specifically black and red.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I think at least one of the colors, even if it's just the primary color, is red, and then maybe you do something different with the alternate colors, like the secondary and third colors.
They do yellow, you think? Like,
kind
of like the Hawks? Like,
I was thinking that because, again, and to Sydney's point, like Arthur Blank said, don't get caught up on the colors. Well, the NWSL scarf that we have now, it looks like a Hawks scarf. It's like that color scheme. And it's funny because we're watching this game. It looks like Panama's kit.
Yeah, it does. Kind of does.
I would be totally on board if they were to take the red as the primary and maybe just alter the black and the gold. Like
it's like Paul Pogba or Florentine Pogba.
But Jay saying like maybe bronze instead of gold. Like I think you alternate the secondary color scheme a little bit, and you could make it something totally different.
I think kind of stay with the theming. Oh, can be still be gold. sort of build off what Jay's saying. But yeah, I think Jay, they may lean toward gold instead of the bronze. That's just me. I don't know.
Or they could go totally high and right and lean into the whole like city in the forest thing and go kind of like a strange green type situation. But I think like to your point, Tommy, you already have the bins. They're playing there. Everything about it is red and black already. So at least one of those colors is probably going to be highly utilized.
Yeah.
I mean, every team's got red in it in Atlanta. I mean, it's there. So I highly doubt they just go completely unique there.
And what's funny is there is definitely at least a couple of people watching this show right now that know what the colors are, and they're laughing at us. I guarantee it.
Is it Harry Kane? Is he still watching?
I think so.
It's probably Harry Kane. Harry Kane knows all.
You know what I thought? I was in my head earlier when Harry Kane was taking that first penalty, and I was like, he's gonna sky it. Even though I have him pegged to be like my
screw you. You didn't know I had money on the line at that point, but
I mean, I also had picked him to be my Golden Boot winner, but I was like, what? This would be Harry Kane, and very much like just England in the World Cup if he skied this thing. But then I was like, but Harry Kane also loves the NFL. He's in an NFL stadium. Yeah. What if he's just like, this is my moment to just let one rip right through the uprights? And he didn't do that, but he got blocked, and then he got a second chance. But I was like, dude, this would be like totally on key for him.
That's like Dak Prescott missing a really easy pass and then getting pass interference and getting a second chance.
Yeah.
I saw this was weird. I was messaging our friend Ben from Columbus today. He asked me I showed him my bet, and he asked me to send him. I sent him $5. He said, I'm buying cigarettes with that. And I told him, no, you can't do that. But so listen to this random thing that's happening in Columbus. I thought this was so weird. So, they obviously announced that they're getting an NWSL team too. They are having the NWSL Challenge Cup in Columbus next week, the 26th. It is Gotham versus Kansas City in Columbus. And it just seems like a really weird thing to do, because I messaged him. I was like, and he goes, it kind of seems like it would be a thing that like they'd try to figure out if there was like an interest in NWSL. But like that ship's already passed.
Yeah.
Like you already got the team.
They already paid a lot of money.
Right. Yeah. So it seems like a really weird like thing to bring. Like, I don't know. I don't know if the NWSL like could get enough people to be like, oh man, Gotham is playing Kansas City. I know they have what's her face from Cincinnati.
Roosevelt.
Yeah, Rose is, she'll be playing in that game. Maybe that's their only thought, is just her is going to be enough to bring fans in. But it just seemed like a really weird event to have.
Well, they guess they rotated around NWSL stadiums, but Columbus is interesting because Columbus, they're 2022, right? They're 2028 as well. So it's interesting.
We're gonna be rivals with them. I always considered the Florida Panthers the Ducks rival because they came in the same year. Who's gonna win a Stanley Cup first? Who's gonna win the most? Like that was always a thing. So
Atlanta United, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay saying, I think Jay popped in. We were talking about this earlier, but we will be definitely chatting with Calabro very, very soon.
Not on Father's Day. We've confirmed it's not on Father's Day.
Yeah. Not on Father's Day.
That's a foul.
Thanks.
Watch Panama score gets a run of play.
It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Yeah.
8 minutes left. Like, there's a goal coming in this stupid game.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah, Jay said, did Columbus pay NWSL to host it? I don't know. Like, it feels like it just seems weird. I mean, Rose is the only thing that I really, I haven't looked at the rosters, but like obviously Rose is a huge name to have there, but just seemed like a weird event to be like, yeah, you know what? Let's go see Gotham and Kansas City play. Like I'd be interested to see how many people actually go to that.
It's like, isn't that like right directly in the middle of New York and Kansas City? I feel like
I guess it's kind of in the middle, but like how many people are going to travel for the Challenge Cup?
My guess was Atlanta would have probably in the mix if they weren't hosting World Cup matches. So, Because where is the 2027 Challenge Cup being held? I don't know if they've announced it yet.
I don't know a single thing
Speaking
about the
of-
Challenge Cup.
That is one thing we've not talked about yet. Totally unrelated. The grass, for all the crap that people have given it over the past like 5 months, the grass at the bends, it's on point. It
Good.
looks really good.
The grass in Toronto looks good as well. Very well
does.
kept.
Boy, Canada being the only the team to host and not win.
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
Especially after Jesse Marsh's comments.
Right. There you gotta go against Qatar. I mean, I would be quick to pencil that in for a win for Canada.
Not the way they played the other day.
Yeah. I figured all three teams, all three hosts would get through to the knockout stage. I think Canada, if they lose against Qatar, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, they could still get in as a third place team.
I mean, but they have no. What is the goal differential's nothing right now, right? Because it was 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1-1.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. They're going to need to not only, if they don't win, they're at least going to have to. Well, they're going to need to win and win by a lot. Of goals.
So they play Qatar. Then who would they play last?
Qatar.
I can't remember.
Gosh,
because they play Bosnia, then it's Qatar.
Switzerland. Yeah, I was thinking Switzerland. That's right, Switzerland.
So if it played out that way and they struggled against Qatar, they would have to absolutely curb stomp Switzerland to have a chance, I think.
Yep. That's why it's so important to win that first game of the group. So important.
All right, so
if there's a goal in this.
It needs to happen. No, I was right there with you. Like something needs to happen.
I don't know. As we see this getting later, I think they're all just going to be like, get the point, get the point, get the point.
That's risky though, because we were just talking about like that third place. There are 8 third place spots out of 12.
I know.
So it's going to be very competitive.
Oh, here we go. Make the right pass. Out wide. There you go. That was a terrible pass. Terrible first touch.
Wasted.
Everything about that was terrible.
Teams are just wasteful when it matters.
It's not any good. This soccer has been very ugly.
Yeah.
Scarves and Spikes curse, I say.
Yeah.
Tyler was at a 0-0 game.
At least mine was historical.
I mean, I understand that yours was a much better situation than what we're in now.
Yep.
But still.
There's a cross.
Do something. God.
Nice.
Shoot.
Oh,
you suck again.
See, that's what I'm talking about. At least try to test the keeper.
I'm not mad at it.
I mean, it went over the bar, but still.
Jay asking, is this the worst Ghana team in a couple World Cups? It would certainly look that way so far.
Yeah. Ghana took Uruguay to penalties in 2010.
Yeah.
What's the schedule for tomorrow? This is how I plan my work meetings for the day. I look at there and move things around.
So you got Uzbekistan. No, I'm sorry. Czechia, South Africa at the Bends at noon.
Okay.
Tyler, you're going to be there. Switzerland, Bosnia at 3. Canada, Qatar 6, and then Mexico, South Korea at 9.
A Mexico South Korea match.
That's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, I got to take a nap in the afternoon for sure.
Yeah,
that's my lunch. My lunch is a Mexico South Korea nap. Get ready for it.
Yeah.
Siesta even.
Ole. You know, I threw up I ask these questions all the time because I don't know other parts.
Did
Did you have Chi-Chi's?
Yes, I remember that.
Do you remember Chi-Chi's? Do you know what Chi-Chi's is?
I was gonna have my 10th, or not my 10th, like 6th or 7th birthday party at Chi-Chi's.
I don't know what this is.
But
What is this?
chicken pot.
It was like a Mexican. It was like a chain Mexican restaurant.
Really?
I threw up on my dad there once. Yeah, it was great.
Oh.
It's the only time I ever threw up on anybody was at a Chi-Chi's. I remember what I ate. I asked him about it the other day. He's like, "You've got like a grilled cheese, which is basically like a quesadilla." And I just was like, "I don't like it." Threw up on him.
Is that like a
good ball in?
Is that like a northern thing?
It was in Kentucky.
Oh.
I remember it was in Kentucky.
I think it was Chi-Chi's, the celebration of food. I think that was their quote.
Oh, he's young. Oh my goodness! Offside.
Well, what'd you yelling at, dude? You were offside by like a mile.
At least fake score for us. Come on, man.
All right, so it wasn't that far, but he's still definitely offside.
That's close.
Yeah, I've never heard of this Chi-Chi's place. Like down here, it's just a bunch of random. Like there's a few Laperias, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be this really good one called Azteca. That place was off the chain.
Yeah,
that place.
They had a grocery brand too. Yeah.
I'm so hungry.
You know where I want to go? Casa Bonita. Do you know what Casa Bonita is?
Nope.
Have you ever watched South Park?
Yeah. But not.
Yeah, Jay. I'm in Ohio, so yeah, I know all about the Chi-Chi's. So Casa Bonita was in a South Park episode, and it was like a Mexican restaurant. Cartman wanted to go there, and it was a whole episode that it was like a whole episode about it. There was like divers jumping in. There was like you could dig for gold there, and like it was like this most magical place. What you didn't know during this entire time was that it was actually a real place in Colorado. It was a Mexican restaurant in Colorado.
Interesting.
And during COVID, it actually shut down. So the owners of South Park actually bought it.
No way.
And they made it. Oh. They made it just like the TV show. Like they didn't have to do a lot because they made it very realistic in the South Park episode. But like it looks amazing. And when you actually, I was going to Colorado for a conference a few years ago, and when I was trying to get in, but like reservations were like a year and a half out at that time.
Dang.
Like that's how popular it was. But they have like little Cartmans like around there and all that. It was
awesome.
Pretty cool.
So you know what was very interesting to me, right? So, and this is the first time we've all three been on since I got back from Spain. So
you jinxed them. It was you.
I know.
You started. You cursed them. You Danhoused them. I don't know if you know what that means, but you Danhoused them.
I rolled up in their house and I dropped some voodoo.
Hold that thought. I think it's a goal kick, right?
No, corner.
Tell you they're going to score against one play. Still good. You give
that as a free kick?
Nope.
So anyway, I get to Spain, right? Got a tattoo while I was there. I don't know if I've showed that yet, but
that's cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to do something for all the cities in Europe I've been to, so this was the first one. I got it while I was there. But I go into this tattoo shop the day I got there. And I didn't get the tattoo at the time, but I was just kind of scoping it out. And they also sold like shirts. And I started seeing all these shirts. And of course, I'm in Spain, right? So, and I'm like a couple of hours from Barcelona. So there's Messi still, everything. And there's lots of Dragon Ball Z stuff. And then I also noticed there is a ton of Simpsons stuff. The Simpsons were everywhere. And I was like, this is weird. So I go on about my business. I go about my day. And the Simpsons keep popping up everywhere. So by like the third day, one of our guys that is on the team, he lives in Spain. He lives like 2 hours from Malaga. And we were sitting at like a random Thai restaurant, right? Like in downtown Malaga. Fun fact, we got up to leave, and there's a picture above our place that we were sitting outside of Steven Spielberg at this restaurant where he had signed it. And then right next to that was the Black Eyed Peas at this same restaurant.
Interesting.
But as I'm sitting there, I'm like, hey, man, what is up with The Simpsons here in Spain? Like, is there like an obsession? And he was like, oh, yeah. That's what we would watch when we would get home from school, like every day. Like it comes on like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that was our thing. It was Dragon Ball Z, and then it was The Simpsons. And I was like, wow. For us, it was like Pokemon and then Dragon Ball Z, maybe. But The Simpsons is like reserved for like later in the evening, you know? And he was like, oh no, The Simpsons here is huge. Like in Spain, it's like massive. As I'm saying that,
Tyler, hold on.
I'm good. I'm watching it too. I'll wait.
Cross it.
Oh!
Go!
Wow. Look at that.
Heartbreaking
awesome
for Panama, but it's so cool for Ghana.
I know.
God, it only took 95 freaking minutes. Why is that other kid not celebrating as much?
It's onside.
Oh, he's onside. He's all good. He just cooked this guy.
Yep. Nice goal.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Well, that saved the night.
Yeah. Nice.
Good for them.
Yeah. Panama, though, still looking for his first win of the World Club.
Oh, Panama. You lost the game today. It's like, but that's like the best part of these, like, and like Fox, you know, and whoever's gonna have it gets it right, but like just showing the crowd, and like I'm sure there's like someone just in charge, like this guy blowing the kiss right now, fantastic. But like, like just like they find the perfect people like at the right times to show, like whether it's stressed out or just absolutely just on you know, like ecstatic, like they know. And look, they're and then look, she's so sad. Yep, and him too. And him. One more. Just show us one more. And an upset coach.
All right. I like how Panama's lining up in a 7 wide receiver set on this.
This is the annexation of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
From Little Giants. It's a flying V. Nobody knows what's going to happen right now. Nobody knows.
Did they make him put back on the other? What the heck, dude? This is absolutely a CONCACAF.
What are we doing?
Oh, apparently we're in tornado watch right now here in my.
Oh yeah,
he's got a tornado watch alert in my house.
All right, Panama, what do you got?
A whole lot of nothing.
Oh,
Did they call it? No.
They called for full time, or having retake?
No, I think he's making them retake the.
I haven't seen that.
Dude, everybody's lined up. This is freaking amazing. I cannot wait. I just put in the ball, dude. Just see what happens.
Do you think they yelled "hut hut hike"?
Yeah,
right there.
and out of all that, still.
Well, yeah, the throw.
Yeah, they're fine, Tyler. We'll do it.
Get in the box. Get in the box.
Just whip it in there, man.
Quick.
Long throw, dude. Just come on, like.
I understand. Oh, dude, he's he's holding down the power button on the controller to try to whip it in as hard as he can.
See,
oh, dude, that was a dive.
All right, dude. If this free kick,
look and take it.
Latest regulation goal for Ghana and
wow,
that's crazy.
Probably said it was foul. Yeah, that was a foul. Never mind.
This better be the best free kick of your life, Panama. Yeah, they got the goalkeeper up and everything. Let's go.
Oh! Close. That was close. Oh, what's going on here? Oh,
Fight, yeah.
Whoa.
If you can't beat them, beat them.
Ghana, you might as well just go ahead and join CONCACAF. Come on, let's go.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go.
Punch, wasn't it?
I don't know. Like, I'm assuming the goalkeeper got stepped on.
See, it's hurt.
Jay left too early. He thought this was. He thought nothing exciting was going to happen. He was incorrect.
Just a yellow out of that?
Just one?
What happened?
I'm trying to see, like. Oh, he tried to kick it when it was in his hand.
Yep. That will do it.
Yep.
Still talking.
This one might go to like 101. Unless the refs just like, screw this, or we're getting out of here.
Yeah, this is gonna be time added on.
Well, before we go, thanks if you hung out with us tonight. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're sorry the game wasn't more exciting. We're sorry this wasn't England.
Yeah.
England game earlier, but at least we got the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they just saved it. They've been charging up all game.
You want to finish your story, Tyler, while we wait for the keeper?
I forgot what the story was at this point. What was it? Was it Spain? You had a buddy in Spain?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was basically done, right? But like, we're sitting there, and the guy was like, "Yeah, dude, this place is obsessed with The Simpsons," and we went to go stand up and plastered on the side of the Thai restaurant on the outside wall, like turned and looked, and there's a handful of like Simpsons stickers, like custom Simpsons stickers, and I'm like, dude, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Why are y'all so obsessed with The Simpsons?
Is it Milwaukee or Springfield?
I know, right? It's crazy.
Sorry to interrupt you earlier.
No, you're good. I was watching. I was like, all right.
Hey, you called the goal. Yeah, I mean, you were telling us it was coming.
Yeah.
Panama's coach is fired up.
Pissed.
Well, he didn't play on.
Curious how long the ref adds on for this.
He might just say, screw it. Let's go home before they beat each other up.
Uh-oh. It's getting really tense now. Still playing.
They've been pretty good with the time, like ending it exactly where they've needed it to. This is it, buddy. You better go. You better go. Oh, that's out.
That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Full time.
Yep.
What a win for look at Ghana's coach. Carlos Queiroz.
Oh man, this dude knows how to dance. Look at that.
Wow.
Wow. He acts like he scored the goal.
I know.
Yeah, go to that corner.
Good for him.
I mean, he's acting like they put up like an 8-0 performance here.
Might as well be.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Have we looked to see what's next Wednesday? What next Wednesday's game is? Let's see.
There's 2 next Wednesday.
There's a doubleheader.
There's a bunch next Wednesday.
Doubleheader at 6 p.m. Oh wow, there's a lot of double. I didn't even realize that that's all. That's a thing.
Yep.
Yeah, we're starting to get. All right. Well, thank God for YouTube TV and their split screen option.
Yeah.
Not sponsored, but YouTube TV. Join us.
That's going to be the day that we start finding out who makes it through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, again, Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for talking a little Atlanta United, talking all World Cup. Discord's been hot, talking about all World Cup there. Join us, and hopefully we see some rumors here coming up.
Yes,
That'd be nice.
Hopefully soon.
Is there weird noises happening in your guys? Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
It's your thing. I thought I thought my headphones were making weird things, weird noises I've never heard before. I'm like, is my head about to explode?
Hallucinations.
Yeah. All right. Well, do we call it here?
Yeah.
It has been
Thanks,
fun.
everyone.
We need a hydration break before the next game. So
Yeah. Next one will be fun, I think.
Yeah.
Surprise, no need. I still got the whole box left to go.
There you go.